Hello, I'm here on my dragon flame horse, named for Bloom, wearing an outfit inspired by Flora. Um, to talk about the reboot of the Winx Club. I'm using this game because I don't really know how else to record myself, so I tried recording my voice a while back, and the video program I have would not let me insert the video, not the video, the voice file, so yeah, this is the only way I can do this. Anyway, so let's start off with the plot. I will agree with everyone else that it's not very good. The pacing is terrible. And one of the things I noticed is that they're like talk about things later on in an episode that was never really mentioned in, the previous episode. And it's like, what are you guys talking about? And a lot of people were saying, using the term choppy to describe how the characters look, and I'm going to say choppy to describe how the writing went. And I will definitely agree that they may have used AI to write the script, because it goes all over the place. And I'm not even talking about the pacing. It's just like, well, I mean, I guess the pacing has a little bit to do with it, because it will go like super fast, and then it will go kind of slow, and then, but the choppy part comes in when they're just like, they just throw things in there that's like, what? Like, one of the things that annoyed me was, one of the episodes, I haven't watched the whole series. I think I might have watched, gosh, I don't remember. It was like 6, 7, or 8 episodes, give or take. I was trying to watch 4 episodes a day. So one day I watched 4 episodes. The next day I think I might have only watched 3 or 2. Oh. But they were talking about the guys, and they were asking Bloom about Sky, and it's very clearly obvious that Bloom likes Sky. But then they talked about Stella and Brandon, and when they met, when they first introduced Brandon in this particular reboot series, she did not seem interested in him at all. There has not been any interactions with them. She just does not seem like she's interested in him at all. So it's like, so they're asking her about this, and I was like, huh? What? She doesn't even seem like she's interested in him. Now she is? So, and the other part was when Icy says something like, he told us to go after Bloom. I'm like, who's he? Damien, the new character? And then finally, the new villain shows up. And I'm like, oh, so he's the one who wanted them to go after Bloom. Well, why didn't they say so in the beginning? Why did they just kind of drop it on you? It was stupid. It was confusing and stupid that they did that. I haven't seen anyone talk about that part. I've only watched, let me see. So I've watched a few people before the series even came out, before people were able to see him. Then I watched a girl talk about it when she got to see it, and then I watched a guy talk about it. And he only watched the first 4 episodes. I watched those. And let's see what each, people had to say about it. And they didn't really mention that. They were mostly concentrating on how the characters looked. And the fast pacing. So I guess I'm going into more detail onto what I felt, about it. Yeah, I think I covered the main plot, other than the details was that I was kind of mad that they added the witches to Althea. Like, what is going on here? I would see pictures of them. People would talk about it, and yeah, what? No, what happened to Cloud Tower? But then I watched the episode. I don't know if it was in episode 1 or 2. They mentioned what happened to Cloud Tower. I'm like, oh, oh, okay, I get it now. So that's fine. I'm actually fine with that. At least there's a reason why the witches are Althea. They don't really explain the specialist, though. That's a little weird. And the other thing I thought I was annoyed by it was that it kind of had this like Harry Potter theming to it. I'm like, what? Did they like put in like an AI chat thingy to make the script and said, okay, put a script together that has the Winx, but with Harry Potter. But then I think to myself, well, okay, the original Lost Pilot, you can still, I think, find like the opening on YouTube. I think you can find it somewhere. It actually had a very Harry Potter look to it. So when I thought about that, I'm like, I was kind of hoping that they would go in that direction with the reboot. I mean, they kind of did, but I was also hoping that they would give Flora that purple hair that she was supposed to have in the beginning. It didn't. I know Flora wouldn't be Flora without the way she looks now, but still, I thought it would be kind of cool. I mean, it's a reboot after all. Come on. That was another thing that annoyed me about people who were reviewing. Like, I am a fan since 4Kids did the Winx. I like the live fiction Rainbow, or I think it's live fiction version better, because when I came across that one, I learned that they censored certain episodes in the Fox Kids one. 4Kids, Fox Kids one. And there's like literally no reason to censor what was in the 4Kids version. Like, there's no reason to censor the Winx Club at all. Like, for example, one of the episodes is now considered infamous because of the Afro Girl. They censored Stella's clumsiness. And, as if Stella wasn't perfect already. Oh no, let's just take out her let's take her clumsiness. It made me so mad that they did that. Now I kind of lost track of what I was talking about. Which, if you're new to my channel, that might be annoying, but that's actually normal. I'm so sorry. Maybe I should stop recording to go back to what was I talking about? It's that whole I can't even remember what the movie's called. Disney's Chicken movie. Oh, now I'm really gonna have to probably fix this. The sky is falling. What is that name of that movie? Oh my god! But there's a scene in that movie where the father says he's trying to avoid a subject by saying, "What we talking about?" Okay. I was talking about Stella and Brandon. Yes. And Harry Potter. Okay. Okay. I think I covered that. Now it's on to the characters and what they look like. Another thing, definitely would seem to be AI, was the art style, because one of the things that people mentioned was that the art style for some of them are like, it's not the same for everyone. And I'm going to go into a little bit more detail because I kind of feel like they didn't do it. None of the people I watched really went into detail as to why they thought, so I don't really know why they thought the difference in art style was, different. For me, one of the things I noticed was that some of the characters are far too defined, while other ones are just like, there. Like Brandon. And it really annoyed me, like Farragonda. you got all these wrinkles, and she really looks old. It's I don't know. And then you look at like the girls, the Tricks, the Winx, and well, they don't really have those like super high definition on their faces and whatnot. They look fine, except for Stella. I gotta finish the script, I guess. Wait, maybe I can read the list. Okay, I passed that by. I need to read the list, but I can't really read it because I'm trying to do this. I shouldn't have done this. I should be doing chores. I already did chores though. At least in this area. So I have a list of the characters I'm kind of fine with. I can see it from here. Okay, Techna. I'm fine with Techna. Techna came out pretty good. I even like the outfit, like her everyday outfit, as well as her... Oh wait, I haven't gotten to that part yet. We'll go to that down later. Yeah, I'm fine with her. Flora? Pretty good with Flora. I mean, I still kind of miss her iconic look from the original. Because Flora is my favorite. But... it's fine. It's a reboot. Oh, that's what I was talking about. That's where I got distracted. The reboot. The fact that people were comparing the original to the reboot and saying things like, oh, you know, things should go this way. And, oh no, Bloom met only Stella in Gardenia, not Flora. And I'm like, well, it's a reboot. There's nothing wrong with changing some of the storyline to make it more interesting. I'm totally fine with Bloom meeting Flora as well as Stella in the beginning. I'm not too fine with Aisha being there because that gets rid of the whole reason why she was there in Season 2. And she had an important role in Season 2, and now that's gone. I don't like that. And then they were, one of the guy I watched was, did not like the fact that they used the opening to the original, like, Rye fiction version, which for me, I actually liked better than the 4Kids version. One of the things I didn't like about the 4Kids version and why I can't even rewatch that series is even though I liked it, I didn't like how 4Kids edited the music. And I noticed they did this in like Japanese cartoons, anime as well. Like I can't really remember any of the cartoons they had except for Sonic. I think they had Digimon, but I think it was Sonic I watched alongside the Winx Club. And I noticed that the Sonic series had this stupid, annoying, like, French horn music. I could be wrong about this. And they did this in the Winx Club too. And it was one of the things I hated about the 4Kids version for the Winx was this French horn sound, and they would throw it out there for no reason whatsoever. And then I started noticing it in, I think it was the Sonic series. Sonic the Hedgehog. And I was like, wait. So what they do is they take the original music out and replace it with stupid French horn or whatever that musical instrument was, but it was annoying. Oh, I hated it. And I tried rewatching the 4Kids version for Winx Club, and I had to stop because as soon as they threw out that stupid music for with the French horn in the background instead of the beautiful music that the original Winx Club had, I'm like, I can't do this. I can't watch this. I'm so sorry. I really want to rewatch it because, I like the voice acting in it. I don't think it was all that great. I didn't like Techna's British accent. I think Bloom, her acting wasn't that great, but at the same time, whenever I hear her voice from the 4Kids version, I was just like, yeah, that's Bloom. So, even if it wasn't the great acting, I still liked it. So I'm a major fan of it. In fact, I am such a fan of the Winx Club that I was very sad when the 4 kids said that season 3 was the last episode season. I cried. That was how upset I was, and I was adult at the time, so I got into Winx Club when I was an adult because it was one of those cartoons that was something that I always wanted growing up, and I never got. Girls got crappy cartoons when we were growing up. So when the Winx Club came out, it's like, oh my god, it's everything I dreamed of. So, man, I feel like this is like going all over the place. Just like the pacing in the Winx Club reboot. Woo! It fits. Okay, I was talking about the characters. We're done with the other thing. So, the characters. Let's see, Techna, Flora. I'm kind of fine with Aisha. I really didn't like her look. Not well. But when I think about, like... Well, I think the main thing I don't like is her hair, honestly. That's really the only thing I don't like about her hair. The tricks are great. Their outfits... They did really good with the outfits. I think... Griffin got glow up. Headmistress Griffin. Like, I never really liked how she looked in the original series. Same with Griselda. I never really liked how she looked. I think she kind of has a bit of a boring look in the reboot. And I really do think that they really just threw her into an AI thing, and this is what you get because she's so boring looking compared to the highly detailed headmistresses of your Faragonda and Griffin. It's like let's see, Palladium. I was really surprised because I did watch one of the things where it showed the teachers, and I seem to recall, like, oh, they did Palladium dirty again, but the episode he first appeared in, like I said, I haven't seen the whole series. The episode he first appeared in, like, oh, Palladium looks good. Because if you compare him to the movie that also used computer art, he's ugly. All the specialists are ugly in those movies, including my beautiful Helia. Yeah, but yeah, they know he looked way better now in this one, so I'm fine with that. I miss his old voice though from the Rye Fiction version. I liked his voice from that. So, I'm a little sad that he has a different voice. Riven, yes, Riven, the only specialist who actually looks good. And then everyone else likes to joke. How in the world is Riven better looking than all the other guys? Riven is my least favorite guy of all of them. Never liked his character design, never liked his personality. And yet here we have the reboot. He's looking better than ever. Okay. So, yeah, no, I was talking about, like, the details of, like, the different art style and the details. Like, as I said, Faragonda, Whizgiz, you know, they have this, like, they're highly detailed. But then you compare it to, like, Brandon, and one of the things I don't like about Brandon, other than that stupid piece of hair that's sticking out, is he doesn't look as good of quality as, like, say, Sky. Like, if you look at Sky and compare him to Brandon, Sky's got a lot of these details in his hair and his face, and then Brandon's just over in this background character. Like, that's how bad he looks. He just looks like a background character. Now we're getting to the characters I don't like. I'm not a fan of Bloom. I want to say Bloom is kind of in there with Aisha, so I don't really like either of their designs, but Aisha is still, she's still pretty, so I don't really mind it. It took me a while to get used to Bloom's new look. I still don't really like it, but... Stella. I got a lot of things to say about Stella. Oh my god. Why? If you compare her to the original, her hair is disgusting. No, disgusting is probably not the best word to use. But it's... She's got those stupid sunglasses on her head. Oh, and the thing that really makes me hate her the most, her design, not her personality, is the eye makeup. She's wearing way too much of that yellow glitter eye makeup. Like, what? Why? I've never liked it when people wear too much of the, like, a whole lot of the eyeshadow. Too heavy on the eyeshadow. Like, Stella should know, less is more. Okay, Stella probably wouldn't say that. More is more. Oops. I think her original outfit, I guess, is okay. But the hairstyle they gave her, the heavy makeup, I'm sorry, I don't like it. It's... I don't like Farragonda's look. She's too wrinkly. And when you compare her to the original, I know I know I was getting like, oh, you shouldn't compare to the original, but I can't help it. It's kind of like that whole thing of if it's not broke, don't fix it. She was fine. She looked fine in all the other ones. In fact, even in when she got like a different, I noticed she had a different kind of like art style in I think it was like season 4. She had a kind of like a slightly new art style. But either way, she still looked fine. I'm not sure what she looked like in the Cosmic season. I can't remember what season that is. That's season 9? I don't remember. Maybe the reboot is supposed to be season 9. Yeah, moving on. I do not like Whizgiz. Whizgiz was always this like cute little leprechaun type creature with that, I don't know if he has a Scottish or Irish accent. I feel bad for not knowing that. He was a cute character, but in the reboot, he's ugly. There's just too much details on him, and it's like that Barbie doll who is based off of a celebrity, and somehow, no matter how beautiful the celebrity is, the doll always ends up super ugly because they put too much effort into the wrinkles on the doll's face, because they're trying to capture that realistic look, and then it just ends up looking awful. And that's what they did with these characters. They did that with Farragonda, they did that with Whizgiz. I don't really like Musa's look, and I couldn't really understand why. I think it's because her hair just does not have enough volume. It's just, I don't know. There's something about it that I don't like. And Damien is another one I don't like. It's like he's got all the elements of being an attractive character, And I couldn't understand why this dude's ugly. Why is he ugly? And then I realized his eyes. Again, this is with the art style. His eyes look too close together. If you compare his eyes to all the other characters, his eyes are too close together. It's weird and just makes him unattractive. And I don't know. I'd like to know if other people actually noticed that. Once I realized that, I kept looking at all the other characters' eyes, and I'm like, okay, there's quite a lot of people who are cross-eyed, but this guy, his eyes are just too close together compared to everybody else. It's just something weird about it. It's gotta be the eyes are just too close together. So, yeah. I'm not a fan of Sky's look, actually. I kind of got used to it along with Bloom, but when you compare him to the original... when I think about like the seasons 1 and 2, I don't really think he actually looks that attractive. I know there's a particular season, and I don't know if it's like season 4 or 3, where he actually starts to look pretty good. So, you know. I'm not a fan of Robin because of her outfit. Like, putting aside the fact that she's supposed to be a specialist, I still feel like because the show has always had to do with fashion, she should be wearing something a lot better than what she's wearing. I mean, just look at all the seasons where Stella put the girls in exercise clothes. Like, come on, if you can make exercise clothes look good, they can make Robin look good in some kind of exercise outfit, and she just looks bland. Like, why did they replace her? Why did they replace Griselda as Farragonda's assistant with Robin? I don't understand. I don't see the point of it. Maybe they should have just given Griselda a better role. Yeah. And of course, I don't like Brandon. I don't like Timmy. I don't like how they made Timmy look. He's very boring. Timmy was actually one of my favorite specialists. He's not my number one, but that's Helia. Hands down, Helia. Followed by Nabu, which is dead. We won't go into that. And then it was like, kind of like a tie with Sky and Timmy. And it always kind of made me mad that people would say that, oh, Tekna deserves someone way better than Timmy. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Timmy was literally the only one who did not give up on Tekna when everyone thought she was dead. People need to rewatch that episode because he did so much in order to find her. He would not give up. The girls disbanded. The people were telling him, you know, Timmy, you gotta give up on her. She's gone. Timmy would not give up on her. So it really makes me mad when people say that Tekna deserves someone better than Timmy because, wow. Really makes me mad. Anyway. Okay, personalities. Now, I want to say personality-wise, most of the characters are pretty good. The Winx are pretty good. The Tricks, no, not all of the Tricks. I need to get to that. Icy and Stormy are fine. Specialists are fine. Darcy is not. Darcy always had a personality that was very similar to Icy. She had this like very calculating girl boss personality. And in the reboot, for some odd reason, they made her ditzy. And Stormy was the one that could be a little ditzy. Not Darcy. So, yeah, I'm a little annoyed that they changed that when I'm watching it, and I just see how ditzy she is. I don't like it. I also don't like Damien. I'm sorry. He's I got spoiled as to who he is, so I won't say it, but I think he's an interesting character. I think, like, with Vexius? I can't remember his name. I think he's an interesting character. His design is fine. But Damien, his personality sucks. I don't like it, and I especially don't like the fact that they erased Helia and had Flora crush over him. I'm starting to think that the creator of Winx Club regretted creating Helia, because he's not even in, from what I've heard, and I have not watched this, I don't even think he's in the live action version of the Winx, Winx Fate. From because when I heard that he was not going to be in it, and they also not only they took out Flora, and I think they supposedly brought Flora back in season 2, I guess, I don't know. But they replaced her with someone else, and they took out Helia. And even in the reboot, they took out Helia and replaced him with Damien. Ugh. I hate it. I mean, Helia is literally up there with my favorite characters. Not just the Flora and Bloom and Aisha. Flora, Helia, Bloom, Aisha, Timmy. And I like Sky. I still like Sky. Oh, I forgot. I didn't write this down because I didn't write in my journal. Diaspro. I think most will agree that they really screwed up on Diaspro. I have nothing more to add to that. I did not like her design. I didn't like how they introduced her. It's that whole thing where he's with this girl, and yet he's falling for Bloom. And so far, Diaspro hasn't really shown any kind of, I mean, I guess you could say she is a little selfish, and, it's a little bit of your trope brat. But at the moment, there seems to be no reason for Sky to leave her for Bloom. And before, in the original, it was an arranged marriage, I believe. It was like she was supposed to be his fiancé, but he didn't want that. He wasn't actually in love with her. And then he met Bloom, and then that whole stuff started, and yeah, I don't know why they did that. Oh man, I reached the 30-minute mark. No, I wanted to stop after that. Darn. I have to get to the costumes, the Winx fairy forms. Winx fairy forms. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Bloom's, not a fan of Stella's. Not a fan of Aisha's, because if you compare Aisha's to her original one, it's a lot prettier, and I find it more ugly in the reboot. I don't totally hate Stella's, but it might be the art style. Like, it seems like there's something going on with the art style, and I haven't figured it out what I don't like about it. I think it could be the fact that her hair is not as blonde as it should be. And that could be one reason why I don't like Stella's design overall, is that her hair is supposed to be golden blonde. It's yellow, just straight up yellow in the original. And it should be yellow, and it's not. And that annoys me. The ones I do like, though, I'm fine with, is Flora. Musa actually looks better in her fairy form. And I like Techna's because I never liked Techna's original Winx fairy form. I never liked that. I always thought I was so stupid. When they got Enchantrix, I'm like, oh, finally she looks pretty. Because I've never disliked Techna. I always thought Techna was pretty in her own way. So, it was just, yeah. Definitely the Enchantrix one was one of my favorite forms for Techna because it gave her longer hair. What do I have? Okay, so the Trix outfits are good. And I don't mind the specialist because, again, the specialist outfits were something I never liked in the original series. When they did the Blue Mix season, finally they actually looked good in those outfits that they put them in. And, like, they finally got them out of those ugly blue and white ones. Ugh. Mostly white, I don't know. They were just so ugly. And I guess that's it. So I kind of reached the mark. But it's like with the Winx plot, it's all over the place. I'm so sorry, but yeah. Oh, it's only 900. I can buy it. But she has so many horses I haven't worked on. And here I am riding a horse that already has max experience. Ah, well. I was doing it for the video. Gotta go on my dragon flame. Horse of the dragon flame! With some Flora. Doesn't make any sense, but that's okay. Man, I was a little hesitant to even want to watch the Winx after the Winx reboot after hearing that they were using AI because I did not want to support any kind of AI stuff. I don't even like watching artists using computers to, like, fix their art. Because I think that's cheating. So when it comes to the AI stuff, it's just, like I said, it seems like it's so obvious in the reboot. The writing it's just not that good. Sometimes it's good, but then you have the bad part, and that what makes it feel more like it's AI because it's like, what happened? Why are you bringing this up when you should have brought that up before? Doesn't make any sense. The art style, again, it's like you got characters that are like, I would say, hyper realistic, and then you have the softer looking ones, and then you have the ones in the background. Brandon, sorry, bro, back up there. Maybe you might look better. And then when I think about like how the Trix outfits look, I would have to say the Trix, for the most part, look really good. Like their outfits, they're in their everyday outfits, their witch outfits. Like they have the perfect amount of details without it going overboard, like what they did with Farragana and Wizgiz. It's well, I guess that's it for now. Or, like, you know, me reviewing the reboot. I don't know how many people are going to watch this. I think people might get bored very quickly. I tried. If I made a script, I would be able to get all my points across without getting lost in thought. But I also know how fake that would sound. So, anyway, I guess overall I am having fun watching the series. But it hurts when I think how the potential for it was lost, how they got rid of Helia, and I'm seeing Flora crushing over guys too close together, Damien. Not to mention his rotten personality. I guess you could say he is a little bit like Roxy. I guess if I think about like Roxy, because her personality was not that great in the beginning, but then she got better. She was always like, I hate fairies. Oh no, fairies, save me. I don't want to be a fairy. Yes, I want to be a fairy. So wishy-washy. What else? Well, I plan to post this video today, so I probably will not be able to finish the entire series before I post it. Oh, Dark Bloom. Oh. Dark Bloom. Wow. You know, in the original, there was a reason why she became Dark Bloom. And the new version of her, she was just like some kind of like empty puppet that, I don't know, as people have said, it kind of like the pacing is horrible, and they pretty much just threw out the whole characters growing and learning in order to just make it as fast as possible to keep the young modern audience happy, I guess. I don't know.